After the Blackhawks' third game tonight against the Montreal Canadiens, they have revealed what their problems are and what they likely will be for the foreseeable future if things are not fixed as soon as possible. Because these things are very, very crucial to this team that need to be fixed sooner rather than later before things get out of hand. And I'll be going over what those problems that the Blackhawks do have so far this year are in this video. But before we get into it, we notice that 96% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So if you're looking for a spot to get all your news from Chicago Blackhawks, from games, from the, prospects, everything, you're in the right spot. Make sure to stay a while, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the breaking news from the Chicago Blackhawks. But like I said, this recent game against Montreal was a true sign of what is the main problem with this team. And we're going to start off with, I think, what a lot of people realize now is the big problem. That is the power play. Their power play is horrible. On this season, they're 0 for 14 on the power play, and that's only in 3 games. Especially this recent game against Montreal tonight, this was horrible. Tonight they were 0 for 7, and Montreal had more opportunities for them on Chicago's power play than Chicago had on their own power play. They scored a shorthanded goal. I think they had maybe 3 or 4 more breakaways on shorthanded opportunities while the Blackhawks were on the power play, and it was not good. Things need to get better quick, and now I know Taylor Hall is on. He's hurt. There's not much you can do about that. But Lukas Reichel as well, we've seen the growing pains there. That's going to happen. He's been put on the first line power play along with Corey Perry, Connor Bedard. The guys that are their stars. Their core team, I guess you could say. But this power play is a major issue, and this needs to get fixed as soon as possible. If you're getting 14 opportunities to get a power play goal, you have to capitalize on at least one of them. Especially in this game, if they had capitalized on any of these power play opportunities, this game could have been going into overtime. They had that double minor at the end of the game. Connor Bedard got high-sticked. Could have had that tied up, even possibly won the game in that point. But if you're 0 for 14 on the power play, that needs to be fixed. That is a major issue that I'm sure will be dealt with in the next few practices, over the next few games as well. But that is the major issue that we are seeing here. Another major issue that is trending along with the power play as well, and it's a very consistent problem, is the faceoffs. The faceoffs, very, very bad. Today, Bedard as well, not very good on the faceoffs at all. I think he was 11% or something on the faceoffs, and it was horrible. The whole team is 25% by themselves. That is totally unacceptable. You have to win faceoffs to be able to get opportunities in the offensive zone. That's part of hockey. That's how it's always been. So if you don't win a faceoff, you're not going to get the puck. You're not going to be able to score. It's pretty simple. It's pretty drawn out, and I'm pretty sure they know that as well. But the faceoffs are something that's going to have to, they're going to have to be fixed. The best faceoff player was Nick Foligno. Everybody else below 50%. Nick Foligno, I think, was 75. Yeah, 75, and I think the best after was Lukas Reichel at 33%. You can't have that. Ryan Donato, Jason Dickinson, Nick Foligno, Lukas Reichel, Tyler Johnson, and Connor Bedard. Those guys are really going to have to step up their faceoffs. That's going to be crucial to being able to score goals. Now, that goes hand in hand with the power play as well. It's going to have to happen sooner rather than later. You can't wait on that. And like I said, again, there's not much you can do about this other than work on it and drill it into their heads in practice. Because you can't really go game by game seeing if they're going to get better. You're going to have to make a change here or there. I know at the end of the game, Connor Bedard wasn't taking many faceoffs. Rightly so, after winning 11%. Got the apple at the end, near the end of the game there on Tyler Johnson's second goal, I believe it was, on the empty net. But a goal or two like that, those ones are the ones that you're gonna need. If they had the power play goals, like I said, if they won a few more faceoffs in the offensive zone, maybe this game could have been tied up, could have been going into overtime. They could have won it in regulation. You never know. And on hand as well as that, I forgot to mention, Connor Bedard, very, very, very heavy with the puck on his stick this game. Shooting a lot. Chicago, this was at the end of the second period from Eric Engels. He had 31% of Chicago's shot attempts. 11 out of the 35, and he had 4 on net. I'm not sure how many he ended the game with, but, that's something that I think you need to kind of spread the puck around. I know Connor Bedard's your star. Connor Bedard has a wicked shot. A wicked shot. And you got to put the puck on his stick, but many opportunities there in the game. There was a few, he was firing them into traffic, he was putting them in front of the net, and you could see afterwards, after that little, I believe it was on a power play, obviously didn't capitalize on it being 0 for 7, but after that he was starting to, put the puck across the offensive zone, put it back to the defense. He didn't feel comfortable shooting the puck after getting a few blocks on it, but that will pass. That's nothing major, I don't think. I don't think that's a big problem, Bedard, 3 points in 3 games. Obviously, it's pretty good for a guy who's 18 years old in the NHL playing against men, but it's gonna be a building process for this team. They're not gonna come out here, win no Stanley Cup, win no playoff games. They're not gonna get 40, 50 wins. They're here, get better again this year, maybe get a high round pick or a high overall pick again next year. But playing like this, I can see a top 5, really can. But it's gonna have to be improved, Even if you do want to, not play super great this year to get a better pick, you still can't be playing like this because this is just gonna hinder development and everything else throughout the game. But like I said, I'm gonna talk about Lukas Reichel here again as well. Lukas Reichel, pretty tough this game. I've seen a lot of people saying that it was, pretty bad game, a big issue for Lukas Reichel here. You're putting him in a big spot in the first power play as well, having 7 power plays. You're going to have Lukas Reichel on the ice a lot. Bedard has 8 minutes and 23 seconds time on ice in the power play. You think Lukas Reichel, I think, also had a bit less than that, around, I think he had 5-6 on the time on ice in the power play. But, you're going to have to get used to this. The power play got to start scoring. They got to change something up, whether they change the formation in the offensive zone, whether you're going to have Connor Bedard as the QB. That's going to happen. You have to have that. He's an incredible skater. Got the IQ, got a shot, so he's gonna be running that power play between, him, Seth Jones, Corey Perry in front of the net. I think they can make something work. Didn't work out this game, didn't work out last game, didn't work out the first game, but something's gonna have to change. But on our final subject here, this is not too bad of a one. Played pretty well. That's Peter Mrazek, but Arvid Soderblom. I see a lot of people, a lot of Chicago Blackhawks fans wanting to see him get put into a game, and I kind of agree. Mrazek had a pretty good game today. You can't really blame none of this stuff on him. He, 23 saves on 25 shots, or 33 saves on 36 shots, and 23 on 25 in the even strength. 917 save percentage, pretty good game. Montreal did dominate, I gotta say, in the offensive zone, really, when they had the puck in there. Cole Caulfield, beautiful goal. Few goals that, not Mrazek's fault, due to them being turnovers, due to them being breakaways, whatever. A lot to do with the defense, the offense, turnovers, and stuff like that. But Arvid Soderblom's an interesting one. I would really like to see him make an appearance in one of these games upcoming that the Blackhawks have, just to see how he plays out. I think that's a very good option for them. Change something up, whether you don't want to change too much. I think Arvid Soderblom is a good one. But the Blackhawks do have a lot they need to fix, and I'm sure over the next few games, over the next few days, they will be doing that in practice. They'll be drilling it into the heads, knowing that they have to get better on the power play, get better on the face-offs. The younger guys, the experience is going to come. There's not much you can do with that in practice, like Reichel. Bedard's pretty much there, but he's still only a very, very young kid, so he's going to be working out in this system more and more as the year goes on. But there's a few knots that they're going to untangle themselves, and that's going to happen. It's only the 3rd game of the season, so there is really no time to rush anything. You have lots of time, but you rather get those things, ironed out sooner rather than later. So we'll see what the Blackhawks do over the coming days. We got a few days, I believe, until their next bundle of games, and I'm sure that they'll get some of these things ironed out. We need to see a power play go off from the Blackhawks. Need to see at least, I would say, 50% face-off percentage in the next game. So a few things we're going to have to keep an eye on. But if you want to not miss any of this major stuff, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we'll be posting all kinds of stuff Chicago Blackhawks. Going to be following the Bedard journey, going to be following the prospects these guys have. It's a very interesting team right now, a very fun team right now to cover, because, super young. They got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff they need to fix, and it's something that, good to get into hockey. So if you're getting into hockey, you want to pick a team, pick the Chicago Blackhawks. Follow them, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. See you later.